Alrighty, thank you. Well, guys, welcome to Alma, Missouri. This is going to be our Own the Map challenge. Going to be a little different. We're going to start out. It's going to be a little bit more of a restore this old farm and get it back up and running, but the attempt will be to own the map. So, we just got done at the bank. We bought this farm. It was an estate auction. It was Bob Miller. It was his old farm. Uh, this is an area I grew up in, but moved away. Worked in engineering for a while. Now I'm getting back to my roots. Wanting to move back to the area. So the farm came up for auction, and we bought it. There's going to be a lot of repairs needed, a lot of cleaning up, but we're up for the challenge. So what we're going to do is we just got done signing the papers at the bank here. We're at the bank in Alma. We're going to cross over here. We have our truck parked back behind the bakery here. Just needed a little extra room. So here's our going to be our truck. Yes, I know. It's a new truck. But like I said, we have made it good for ourselves. We do have a fair bit of money still sitting in the bank. So we're going to hop in the truck. We do have our Can-Am side by side. I think this is going to come in handy for around the farm, fixing things up, the future things I've got in mind. So we went ahead and picked that guy up on our way down here. We actually lived about 20 minutes away, so it's a little bit of a drive to get down here. We're going to have to get a house and things set up. Kind of have that all. We're gonna be living a little rough for the first year, I think. I got talked to a local. He's got an old house trailer. I think we're gonna move in. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get down there. I'll see you guys once I'm down there. All right. Well, we made her down to the farm. Um, so we do know there's gonna be lots of things that are gonna need to be changed. A lot of things are going to need improved, and a lot of things that just overall need some attention. So we're down here. We're just going to park here for now. Like I said, we don't have a house. The house that was here, well, let's give a little background, I guess. Bob was a guy who was big into hog farming years ago. He had quite the operation going on here. Just got older and had no one to take over the farm. He became in bad health, ended up in a nursing home, and the farm just was rented. Some of the ground was rented to the neighbors. Some of the ground just sat empty, and some of his equipment was sold. Some of it was in bad shape and was just hauled off, and some of it's still here. We bought everything that's on the farm, so anything that's here is ours. We bought, lock, stock, and barrel, anything that's here. Looks like got a door there open yet. Um, so what we'll do is we'll take a little walk around down here first before we get into the sheds. Obviously, I have a little bit of stuff in there, but as you can see, we can use a brush hog, run around here and trim down a bunch of this. And this is where he would have used to have his hogs. And I actually think this is going to be something we're going to get into. We're going to take some time and bring her back around. The hog market in the area has been pretty good. I've talked to the locals. They said you can make a little bit of money on some hogs. So I think we're going to try to get this place back up and running. Like I said, it's going to take some time. This is just an old bank barn he had here. I don't know if he ever had animals. He probably had cows maybe years ago, and probably milked a few maybe. But my plan was I was kind of looking at this through Google Maps and just trying to get a feel for what we got going on here. We can obviously store some things down here, but I was talking about that trailer house. I think we're going to build till we get kind of settled in and figured out more what we want to do. We're going to set that right here. We can get electric from this old barn. So at some point we're going to be getting that moved down and get in here so we got a place to live, because right now we're driving back and forth, and I'm actually in the process of trying to sell the home where I was so we can be down here and be on this full time. So he's got a little bit of, got some old bins here. These fields behind us here are ours. There's a little bit more view of that old hog barn. Yeah, probably at one time had some cows out here on the hills. I don't know. I don't know what we're thinking, if we want to run some cows or not. Maybe some beef. Probably not going to run any dairy, I don't think. I always say that, and who knows where we'll end up. But so yeah, we got that old barn. We got a little bin back there. Not sure if it's usable or not, but we'll see. And we just have a bunch of just underlying grass and foliage that we just need to get knocked down. It kind of drives me crazy, but so there are, just take a look at the PDA here. We bought Bob's Home Farm here, which was, looks like 11.5 acres. And then we actually bought this ground, which is 40 acres, a little over 40 acres, no, 30. Oh, the field is 31 acres. So this, yeah, is 40 acres. So we got 40 acres there. We got 25 acres here. So we got 65 acres to start with. So yeah, we got that. These are the fields that weren't being farmed here. And then this obviously is the field that had been being farmed, but I don't know what we're going to do with this yet. I don't know as a series if I should combine this or if I should start with nothing. I'm not sure. We'll see how I play that in, but we'll take a little peek in here. We did end up buying Bob's old combine with the place, 1440 International. And you're going to find this with just about everything. It's been sitting, it's dirty. Some stuff's wore out. We're going to try to do our best to fix things up. Like I said, you can tell it's pretty barren here. I think this looks like a big shed, but once we start getting things, it's probably not going to be. Got ourselves a little cultivator, field cultivator, a little planter, a little drill. Nothing crazy. I mean, we don't have a lot of equipment. We're going to have to find some, which is fine. We've got this old barn here, which to me, I thought was really cool. The American flag on the side of it. Bob was a veteran, so he obviously had this painted on there years ago. You can see it's kind of faded, but looks pretty neat. So we'll go ahead and pop in here. Let's go ahead and open our doors. Guessing these are probably all Bob probably had, but I'm not really sure. Got ourselves Farm LH. You know, looks like she's been used and put away, and we got ourselves a Case 970. I believe this is going to be like our average size tractor. It's going to be doing probably some of the work around the yard and maybe planting. I don't know what we're going to do. Probably first spring we might run some of the equipment that's here. It just depends if we find stuff that we can upgrade to or not. And then got it, looks like a 1570 here. An old case, big old dual. So I'm guessing this was the tractor that did his, heavy work. So those are going to be just starting out tractor. I'm not saying these are going to stay around forever by any means. I don't really know what we're going to run. This is, like I say, it's just Bob's old equipment, so it came with the farm. So we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, there are some things and weeds, and I think down here one time I seen there was a piece of equipment. So yeah, looks like we got ourselves a little dozer here. It's like an international. Looks like Bob was a case IH kind of guy. Uh, Looks like he's been sitting out here. I don't know if he runs or not, but could come in handy with the projects we're wanting to do around here. Looks like maybe there's a moldboard plow sitting over there. So yeah, we're gonna need to just tidy up the place. And it is August when we're moving in here, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a hold of that guy, see what we're gonna need to move that house down here and get him buttoned up for the year. This was just an old windmill. It's probably his pump house, probably how he watered hogs, I would assume, and probably whatever else he had here. I think back in the day the house sat over here in this wooded area, but just kind of got overgrown. I think they tore the house down maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah, we're just gonna get things unloaded here, and I'll be back with you shortly. I got a hold of my buddy Mike. I talked to him. He came down. We looked at this. He said a perfect spot. It's gonna be a little tricky to get in here with the fence backing around, but he said we should be able to get it. He's got a semi and he knows what he's doing. So the house actually's got kind of like a little porch and all that kind of stuff. But he said the biggest thing is you're gonna have to level this down, put a little gravel down. We're gonna have to have something, or at least get rid of this brush. He said, we don't want to be putting it over all this grass. Said either get yourself a skid loader, or he said go fire that bulldozer up, see if you can smooth that out a bit. So I guess our next task is gonna be might call around, see about getting a skid loader, but might see if we got some stuff laying around. We can get that bulldozer running. We might bring that thing down here and see if we can't level that up a bit. Maybe scrape that grass away. See if we can get her down to dirt so we can place that house on there. I might have to call in, see if we can get some gravel brought down. But we're probably just going to put it on the dirt. We'll probably put some plywood down or something under the tires, and like I said, just kind of temporary for now till we figure out how we want to lay up this whole place. Probably going to build a house. Just never know what the future is going to hold. So we're going to see what we can get done here, and we'll be back. Well, it's later on the next day. We did have Big Mike come down. He brought this little nice house trailer down. We got her all put together. Him and Trevor, buddy Trevor, we're gonna be, or we put the deck all on and put the step on. But yeah, I think we're just gonna live in this for the time being. Like I said, it's not permanent, but we got the skirting all around the house put up. To get some gravel put down, we did end up getting the bulldozer started and running. Gonna kind of use this as the garage, I guess. It's kind of here already. Like I said, this isn't permanent, but enough to get us going, get us started. So we'll drive our Can-Am here up. Show you we got the bulldozer up here by the shed. We also got a little carried away with the shed here. I guess we're gonna turn this. I knew we were gonna be needing a place to work on all this stuff, so we ended up running the town, and we got some stuff. I knew we were going to be needing some tools, just an area to work on some stuff. These tractors, I'd like to get the oils changed in them, fluids changed, and all of it really, and filters. So went ahead and put a ceiling in here. Put some new lights. Got ourselves a toolbox and workbench here so we can wrench on some things. Came in handy when working on the bulldozer here. But yeah, we did get this going. I do know the next purchase we're going to be needing to make is a power washer. Things are definitely going to be needing to be cleaned up. As you can tell, things need a bath. So we really need to clean things up. Also, a side note, I did change this shed out. I kind of wanted one more with a dirt floor. I just thought the concrete didn't really go with what we had going on. So yeah, we've got a different shed here. But all the stuff's the same. Just I went with a shed with no floor. I just thought it fit more for what we got going on here. So, but yeah, the other thing was the cornfield. I kept going back and forth in my head, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pretty big skip. Probably the next episode. We're just gonna go to spring. We're just gonna do away with. We're gonna let the neighbors shell that corn. You know, the guy who planted it, it's his, not mine. And we'll just start in the spring. Got about $1 million left in the bank. Maybe this winter we could pick up another track or two. We're gonna be needing some wagons. I'm just trying to think of the things we're gonna need to be going. The other thing I'm gonna try over the winter is to get cleaned up around this area here. And we talked to some people. There's a little bit of a need for some hogs in the area, so I think we're going to try to get this back up and running. We're going to have to get rid of all this brush, just really clean it up and get it working. So yeah, I think we're going to try to be getting hogs. I know these bins as well. These are just some old bins Bob had back in the day that probably worked, but you know, probably going to see if we can get someone up here with an excavator, tear these things down. Maybe we could get into them with the bulldozer, get rid of them. We do have that little bin over there. I might try to put a little bit in. I tell you one thing I do need to think about before we get too skip far ahead here is if I want to put some wheat out, and if so, where would I want to put it? I would think probably put that wheat right over here in this field, get that field first put in wheat. That way we got a little bit of straw for if we get some pigs next summer. Other thing we're going to be needing is a brush cutter for sure. We're going to be needing to get a brush cutter. But yeah, so this is just a little start to what we're going to be doing around the farm. We're going to be cleaning this up for sure. Definitely going to be expanding. Who knows what sheds are going to come and go. Setups and just this and that. We're going to need it all. So I appreciate you guys for coming back and watching. And yeah, this is going to be fun. Get this place back up and running. Start expanding on Alma again. So I appreciate you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.